Goddamn birds. Dirty ass. That's much better. Clean your stinking ass. Yeah, what up YouTube? It's Denali back at you with another video. So basically, I've been getting a lot of questions on my YouTube channel since I've gotten the G, why I didn't buy another Altima. And a lot of you guys know that while I had the Altima before I had the accident, I was actually looking for a project car. And then I got in the accident with the Altima, and it kind of opened up a opportunity for me to get something, you know, a new daily driver and stuff like that. So off the bat, I knew that I wanted to stick with Nissan. Like some other vehicles I may have considered would have been like a lot of guys said they don't want to see a Mazda MX-5 on the channel. They didn't want to see a Miata, but that was one of the cars that I was considering. Like BMW 3 Series, a little bit older. I know they were kind of problematic. I knew I wanted something that was rear wheel drive, and I didn't want a car that was too old. Like obviously like some good Nissans would have been like a 240 or a 180, depending on where you're from. So I wanted something a little bit newer that had a little bit more power. Now originally I was looking for Nissan 350Zs, and they're really hard to come by. Like, to be honest, 350Zs like 2003, oh, this guy's peeling out a little bit. 2003s are usually like over 10 grand for close to 200,000 kilometers, which is about 120 miles for you American folk. And to be honest, I thought that was kind of expensive for a car that old with that kind of mileage on it. So then I started looking at G35s, obviously, because Nissan makes Infiniti, and it's pretty well the same platform as the G35 and 350Z. Like I say, same platform and everything like that. So I was looking at Gs, and to be honest, I was not really a fan. Like, I would have liked the two-door because obviously it's a little more sportier. I believe a little bit lighter too. But to be honest, especially here around Toronto, like, everybody has G35 coupes, and there's not a whole lot of sedans. So that's why I was kind of like, okay, I'll lean towards a G35 sedan, you know, because I've always driven sedans pretty much since I started driving. I only drove one two-door car for, I think, about a half a year, which was a two-door Grand Prix. So I knew that I wanted to stick with the you know, the rear-wheel drive Nissan platform, because I figured I'd already owned a Nissan and I know them pretty well. So I figured if I got another Nissan platform, then it would be, you know, relatively the same as the Altima was. So I ended up looking more into G35 sedans, and surprisingly, they are the cheapest of, you know, 350Zs, G35 coupes, and G35 sedans. Obviously, the sedans are the cheapest of the three, and they're starting to become like a lot more affordable and stuff like that. Obviously was a big reason why I got this specific car. But also I knew that I wanted to have a 6-speed or at least a manual transmission. So the G35 sedan was a perfect option because it, you know, I was able to find one with a 6-speed. I also wanted a rear-wheel drive. Now, if I didn't want a rear-wheel drive specific vehicle, I definitely would have probably bought another 3rd gen Altima or a 5.5 gen Maxima, which has the same 3.5 liter motor. I always said that if anything happened to my motor, I'd probably be in another Nissan, probably a Maxima or an Altima. But like I said, I wanted that rear-wheel drive because, hey man, I wanted to do a little bit of drifting, take her to the track and stuff like that. So we ended up going with the 04 G35 sedan, and it came from the factory with a vicious limited slip differential. Now these are not the greatest. It's not quite as good as, let's say, a welded differential. To be 100% honest, if I was gonna track this car like 100% and it wasn't a daily, I'd probably go with a welded diff. But for for the daily for now, the first year or so, I'm gonna see how the LSD, the stock LSD does. Now, I watched a couple videos online where people say that the stock LSD that comes in the 350s and the G35s tends to unlock on like drift transfers, and it's not 100%, you know, it's not the greatest setup if you want to do 100% drifting. But since this is going to be predominantly a street car, what the fuck's this guy doing here? I decided to just stick with the LSD, so that was a big bonus. We got the LSD from stock, we got rear wheel drive, 6-speed, we also got 260 horsepower stock, which back in the day when these VQs were, you know, brand new, 03, 04, 05, they were like huge power for the time, you know what I mean? But now, as things are getting a little bit older and, you know, turbos and stuff are making, Jesus, that truck's loud, are honestly making, you know, power from small engines really, really easy to get. But for this car, I knew that I got this 260 horsepower from factory, which is more than enough to get the back wheels spinning when I want them to. You know, like, I know like a Miata, which was one of the options, 240 SX, even the BMWs, all well, like, okay, the Miata well under 100, but BMWs, the M3s, 3 Series, you know, in and around 200 horsepower. So we do have a little bit more horsepower right off the gate. And obviously the price was a big thing. Like, I paid less for this car than I did for my Altima. When I got the Altima, obviously it was quite a few years ago. But yeah, so, you know, I feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds. I have a sporty car with a 6-speed. I also still have my 4 doors, even though, you know, I don't really drive my friends around quite as much as I used to. When I first got my license, I still have the option with the, you know, the back seats and everything like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to answer this question in video. Like, if you guys have a question related to the Altima or the G35, throw it down in the comments section, and if it's a good enough question, I'll probably do a video answering it, just so, you know, more content and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I ended up buying the G35 this time around, basically because I wanted that rear wheel drive, and I knew that I had to stick with Nissan, you know, basically because I've grown this fan page pretty well on my Nissan Altima, so I didn't want to switch it up for you guys just yet. I wanted to stick with the Nissan fam, VQ fam. Obviously you guys can hear why we wanted to do that, just because it just sounds absolutely sick. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. You guys want to subscribe and you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe down below. Also check out the channel. We've got lots of other videos on the channel, tons of playlists, Altima videos, G35 videos, race videos, install videos, ATV videos, all kinds of videos, man. So check out the channel. We are gonna go ahead and call this one a video. Let's go ahead and pass some traffic here. And yeah, so with that being said, I'm your boy Don Squally. That's about it, man. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. As always, this channel would never happen without you guys, and guess we're gonna catch y'all at the next one, man.